यमुनातीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी बिहारी जय गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानन्दन व्रजजन रञ्जन यमुनातीरावनचारी यमुनातीरावनचारी Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya. Nitai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol. Jai Gopemanande, Jai Om Vishnu Bal Paramhamsa Paridhikar. Ashtotra Satasimala Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Om Vishnupad Paramhamsa Parirajikar Ashtotra Satasimala Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai Gaur Premanande. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirahe Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nandagopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 19. King Yayati achieves liberation. So I will read 18 and we'll chant together 19, right? Thank you. Okay. Text 18. Purnam varshe sahasram me vishayan visto saktrik tatapi chanu vasyam Krishne tanuja prajayate. I have spent a full 1,000 years enjoying sense gratification, yet my desire to enjoy such pleasure increases daily. Purport. Maharaj Yayati is explaining in terms of his actual experience how strong sexual desires even in old age. Text 19. Tasmad etam aham tyakva brahmanye adhyayam manasa nirdvando nirahankaras charishyami mrigashashaha. Tasmad etam aham tyakva brahmanyadhyaya manasam nirdvando nirahankaras charishyami mrigashashaha. Tasmad etam aham tyakva brahmanyadhyaya manasam nirdvando nirahankaras charishyami mrigaishaha. Tasmadetam aham tyakva brahmanyadhyaya manasam nirdvando nirahankaras charishyami mrigaishaha. Tasmadetam aham tyakva brahmanyadhyaya manasam nirdvando nirahankaras charishyami mrigaishaha. Tasmadetam aham tyakva brahmanyadhyaya manasam nirdvando nirahankaras charishyami mrigaishaha. Okay, word to word meaning. Tasmat, therefore, etam, such a strong desire for lusty affairs. Aham, I, tyakva, giving up, Brahmani, upon the Supreme Absolute Truth, Adhyaya, fixing, Manasam, the mind, Nirdvanda, without duality, Nirahankara, without an identify of false prestige. Charishami, I shall loiter or wander in the forest. Mrigaishaha, with the forest animals. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki. Therefore, I shall now give up all these desires and meditate upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead, free from the dualities of mental concoction and free from false prestige. I shall wander in the forest with the animals. Purport. To go to the forest and live there with the animals, meditating upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is the only means by which to give up lusty desires. Unless one give up such lusty desires, one's mind cannot be freed from material contamination. Therefore, if one is at all interested in being freed from the bondage of repeat birth, death, old age, and disease, after a certain age one must go to the forest. Panchashodam vanam vrajet. After 50th year of age, one should voluntarily give up the family life and go to the forest. The best forest is Vrindavan, where one need not live with the animals but can associate with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who never leaves Vrindavana. Cultivating Krishna consciousness in Vrindavana is the best means of being liberated from the material bondage. For in Vrindavana, one can automatically meditate upon Krishna. Vrindavan has many temples, and in one or more of these temples one may see the form of Supreme Lord as Radha Krishna or Krishna Balram and meditate upon this form as expressed here by the word Brahmanya Adhyaya. One should concentrate one's mind upon Supreme Lord Parabrahman. This Parabrahman is Krishna as confirmed by Arjuna in Bhagavad Gita. Parabrahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan. Krishna and his abode Vrindavana are non-different. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Adhyayo Aradhyo Bhagavan Vrajesha Tanaya Taddhama Vrindavanam. Vrindavan is as good as Krishna. Therefore, if one somehow or other gets an opportunity to live in Vrindavan, and if one is not a pretender but simply lives in Vrindavan and concentrates his mind upon Krishna, one is liberated from the material bondage. One's mind is not purified. However, even in Vrindavan, if one is agitated by lusty desire, one should not live in Vrindavan and commit offences. For a life of offences in Vrindavan is no better than the lives of the monkeys and hogs there. Many monkeys and hogs live in Vrindavana. They are concerned with their sexual desires. Men who have gone to Vrindavana but who still hanker for sex should immediately leave Vrindavan and stop their grievous offences at the lotus feet of Lord. There are many misguided men who live in Vrindavana to satisfy their sexual desires, but they are certainly no better than the monkeys and hogs. Those who are under control of Maya and specifically under the control of lusty desires are called Maya Mriga. Indeed, everyone in conditioned stage of material life is Maya Mriga. It is said, Maya Mrigam Devishaptam Anyavad. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas to show his causeless mercy to such Maya Mrigas, the people of this material world who suffers because of lusty desires. One should follow the principle of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and always think of Krishna in full Krishna consciousness. Then one will be eligible to live in Vrindavan and his life will be successful. Hare Krishna. Such a very instructing purport. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanam Shalakaya Chakshurunnitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Tadati Swapadantikam. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute. Tapta Kanchana Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusrite Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Vancha kalpatarubhascha Kripa sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So, I'll once again read the translation of 18th verse. I have spent a full 1000 years enjoying sense gratification, yet my desires to enjoy such pleasure increases daily. So, here Maharaj Yayati, King Yayati, he is expressing his disgust there, and he is not satisfied what he has enjoyed, not for 1 or 2 days, 1000 years. Imagine people in this world, they get the resource to make an enjoyment, make a life to enjoy. But when they get the resource and everything, by the time enjoyment, the enjoyment will be only little bit. They work hard day and night. But here, Maharaj, he has all the resources, all the facilities. But after enjoying so many years, he got this realization that this is a waste of time. And it is not that Maharaj King Yayati is enjoying and he is thinking about further reactions. No. It is religious. The King Yayati, what he is enjoying is religious. And also he does not have any disease after enjoying. People in the world, after enjoying so many things, and they will get disease attached. People ready to do sense gratification, but after sense gratification, there is no sacrifice. But King Yayati is not like that. It's not King Yayati got heart attack or some body pains. That's why he got that realization. No. We see King Yayati is so religious, and the enjoyment is also not bound by any reactions. Whereas it's not like he got an facility, he got facility and everything, but still he gave up this enjoyment as a garbage. And he compared himself as a goat and narrate his story. Why goat? Especially Prabhupada says that goat is a foolish animal. It will eat whatever it comes. It doesn't discriminate. And why he compares himself as a goat? Because goat is a very foolish animal, and it doesn't see what it is eating. It doesn't discriminate, and it doesn't have any intelligence. Similarly, he compares himself as a goat because foolish person also speaks whatever he likes and whatever he does. He does not think before what he does. That's why he thinks himself as a goat and express the story to his Devayani. So, after this, Srila Prabhupada is bringing Vrindavan in this pastime. Vrindavan, and King Yayati Maharaj story is going on, and is bringing Vrindavan. See how pure devotees' mind is always in Vrindavan. Though they are not staying in Vrindavan, but their mind is absorbed in the thoughts of Vrindavan. And this purport explains very practical level. It's not theory. Prabhupada explaining clear guidelines. Who should go and how he should live in Vrindavan. What are the guidelines? And in the purport, one should King Maharaj expressing, I will go to the forest, live with animals. But whereas in the modern age, we cannot go to the forest and live with animals. We cannot imitate Mahaprabhu, as Mahaprabhu did in Jharkhand forest. And he asked animals also chant, and he made chant them. But we cannot do that. That's why we should go to Vrindavan and stay there. And you should absorb the mood of Vrindavan, and you should see the deities of Radha Krishna and Krishna Balram and meditate upon them. Once a devotee, disciple of Srila Prabhupada, approached Srila Prabhupada and asked, when this has happened in Vrindavan, and he approached Prabhupada and asked a question, Prabhupada, what if a person in Vrindavan indulge in meat eating? What will be his destiny? Then Prabhupada replied, he will be born as a hog in Vrindavan, pig in Vrindavan. Then again he asked, what if a person indulge in illicit sex? What will be his destiny? He will be born as a pigeon or a dog in Vrindavan. What if person goes to the bank of Yamuna and drinks, smokes ganja? He will be born as a hippie in San Francisco. So, hippie in San Francisco. So, Prabhupada chastised him. Where is your mind? You are in Vrindavan, but you are still thinking of committing all kinds of sinful activities. So, Prabhupada is always giving guidelines. So, we should also, when we go to Vrindavan, and we should be under the guidance of some senior devotees or Maharaj, whatever, whoever you are going with. So, we should be always very careful, because there are chances of committing offenses. We think that it is not an offense, but it is an offense. Sometimes we chastise auto wala, rickshaw wala, do charging more, but it is an offense. That's why we should always be associated with the devotees there and serve there and go Vrindavan along with them. Otherwise, our mind will be always committing sinful activities. Though we may not do practically on an action level, but mind is always tricky. So, whenever the possibilities of committing offense, that's why we need a constant association of the devotees. Because Krishna consciousness is so fragile and so delicate, it can any time take away, vanished our Krishna consciousness if we don't have any association, especially in the Dham's place. So, by this pastime, we can understand Maharaj King Yayati, he speaks about himself, and he got realization, and he got that such a realization that after having so many facilities, but still the lusty desires are not satisfied. It is keep on increasing. It's like you are adding ghee into the fire. If you keep on adding ghee into the fire will grow. It will never become vanished. People in this world, they think that they are enjoying up till their last breath. No, but their body doesn't permit. We can see in the previous purport, Srila Prabhupada mentioning, People in the West, they go to the pubs and hubs and going to the nightclubs, and though they became old, and still they see the people around enjoying them, because the tendency of the enjoyment is not gone. That's why they need guidance. So we have some responsibility to preach them through the books, through Harinam, and they will get the real taste. Everyone is hankering about the real taste, but they are not getting the taste, and they are finding happiness in the wrong way. Just like they are finding a diamond in the garbage. They are searching for the happiness, they are spending their money, energy, time, everything, but still they have not achieved. So, and after going to the forest, what he says, "Oh, I will take the shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead." Maharaj expressed. Similarly, we should also, when we go to Vrindavan, such a places, we should also take shelter. Whereas a classic example, Dhruva Maharaj also went to the forest and he took the shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and he does meditation. And on the other hand, there are so many personalities, they went to the forest but they could not succeed. For example, Jadabharat. Maharaj Jadabharat also, he renounced his life and went to the forest, but he became affection to the deer. So what happened? Then he got next life as a deer body. But still, that memory, whatever he has done, devotional service, it was fixed. He could able to remember those things. So which is a time appropriate to devotees go to Vrindavan? Sometimes a new devotee joins in the moment and he hears so many glories about Vrindavan, and he says that, okay, I will also go to Vrindavan, I will also leave Vrindavan, I will spend my time in Vrindavan, I will leave my body in Vrindavan. But that is not a practical level. Because we may go to Vrindavan wearing shirt, I lost my heart in Vrindavan, the t-shirt. But you know where you lost your heart, not in Vrindavan, not some other material forest. So that is not mature level. We ask a new devotee, whoever joins, we ask them sometime to do service in the temple, local temple, wherever he joined. And after getting some maturity level, then he does not feel like to go Vrindavan because he wants to serve there and he wants to live there. And he will take up more projects, preaching, books distribution, whatever. And he will spend his time there. And after some time, and when he sees so much attachment is going on, but at the same time he has a love for Vrindavan, and also he wants to spend more time in preaching. But when he somehow or the other, if he got disease, cancer or something, at that time devotees will ask them to go to Vrindavan, leave their body, but not in before matured, because Srila Prabhupada is mentioning clear guidance, like even after if you go to Vrindavan, there are so many chances that you commit sinful activities, like indulging in lusty desires, sex desires. You cannot over without association. That's why association is the most important. When you don't have association, you may go to Vrindavan, you may stay for some time, for years, then after some time, the same devotee will be turning into a karmi, doing some job there, working in some gas stations or working in some general stores, because he was not in that platform. He falls down from that platform. And also, we see Maharaj expressing his disgust because he has unlimited enjoyment, and I'm comparing with his enjoyment. Also, people have unlimited enjoyment. They want to enjoy, but they cannot, because in the modern days, the so-called love, so-called romance we see around the people between male and female, the statistics shows the romance element between two persons, any relationship, it will last only 17 months. After that, it will be, it is gone. Either it is depend on, it is will be end, or it will be depend on like sacrifice, tolerance, patience, respect. The romance element will be only there, only 17 months. That's all. But Maharaj has 10 years. Maharaj has so many years, but still he did not lose. Then after that he getting his realization. And when he got that realization, he immediately gave up everything. Like Parikshit Maharaj also, he has got kingdom and everything. And when he knows his goal of life, after receiving a curse, he gave up everything and went to the forest, went to the Naimisharanya and put himself as a 7 days course, 7 days discourse, hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. But we cannot imitate that 7 days hearing Srimad Bhagavatam and sitting in one place without eating and without sleeping. So because their maturity level is very high, what we can do is at least hear Bhagavatam regularly. That is better for us. Prabhupada has given a perfect program, every day morning and evening Bhagavatam classes, because one needs to know what is the goal of life. Repeatedly, if he heard a goal of life, definitely at the time of death he will remember the Lord. Just like when you board a flight, you might have heard the announcement, like air hostess made. She'll always make, when it is an emergency, oxygen mask on the above your head, and your jacket will be below, and everything you heard many times, right? Why she's keep on saying? Because when the time of emergency, you may not pay attention to your hand. Automatically your hand goes upward to the oxygen mask, and automatically your hand goes down to take the life jacket, because that is the power of hearing. When you constantly keep on hearing, then the time of death, Lord will come and he'll make you remember himself. One person asked, see, if I enjoy my life, I know what is the ultimate goal of life. If I enjoy my life throughout having sense gratification, and if I want to die, I'll take a revolver and shoot myself, and I will chant Hare Krishna, and I will go back to Godhead. Will it be? Is it practical? No. Why we should chant Hare Krishna every day and sit in the Bhagavatam class and do everything? Then the devotee explains, Krishna is not something you can grab in your hand. It is not practical. Lord Krishna is very difficult to grab. You cannot chant Hare Krishna mantra when you are committing suicide, because it is more difficult. Just like a student, he did not go to any classes and he did not study at all. Just before the day of exam, if he opens a book, nothing goes in his mind. And when he goes to the examination hall and he wants to write something, write about what he has studied previous night, but he cannot remember, because the mind is so powerful that it will take you away anywhere. It is so difficult to remember the Lord at the time of death. That's why we need constant association of the devotees and service. Then it will be easy to remember the Lord. Otherwise, it will be like without preparation and you're ready for the examination. So that's why we should say life is preparation, death is an examination. When you prepare yourself nicely, every day chanting, every day attending program, and we don't know when death comes. At that time, it will be able to remember the Lord easily. Otherwise, death comes means just like you are traveling, you are moving in a lift. You wants to go to 100th floor. So suddenly, imagine the power is gone, everything shut down, your lift is stuck, and everything is dark. So you cannot shout, you cannot see, you cannot hear, and if somebody speaks means you cannot hear. That will be a situation of the person who is facing nearby death experience. He cannot see around whoever it is there. He cannot hear because all our 9 holes will be closing. That's such a difficult. It is said in one of the Purana that at the time of death, 40,000 scorpions will be biting at once. So, such a difficulty. How can we able to do that? That's why the Lord has, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given the simple process of chanting Hare Krishna mantra and remembering the Lord. Smartavya satata Vishnu vismartavya na jatachit. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. And also always remember Krishna and never forget death. Death you cannot forget because it is always behind you. You may think that I will be saving this person, I will be saving my family, I will save my relatives. You cannot do that. You yourself cannot save. How can you save others? On a practical level also, if some of your relatives traveling by train or flight, if that happened to be accident, then you are sitting here, you cannot jump there as a Superman and do something, right? Practical level also it is not possible. If they reach their destiny on time and safe, then you will be satisfied. Otherwise, we cannot do anything apart from praying for them. So that the death is inevitable. And by adopting the simple process and taking the shelter of holy name, regularly chanting and hearing Srimad Bhagavatam, then automatically from inside Krishna pushes, he makes himself remember. Otherwise, when people in the material world we see, oh, you people are chanting Hare Krishna day and night, what is the use? We chant all the time, and we don't have to chant, and we just when we leaving the body at that time we will chant. It is easy. No, you cannot do on the practical level. Most of the people in India or wherever, they will think that the bhakti process is an old age process. When you become retired after 60 plus, 70 plus, at that time you have a time for take the process of bhakti. Before that, no, you should do work. We should work very hard and earn money and then go on with your life. Then at the time of death, automatically, you should remember the Lord. It will happen. No, it will not happen. Just like workaholic, just www.com. When you are young, you write exams. Then after, when you become man like 20 or 30, then again www.com. Work. Then after the 50 to 60, then again www.com. Very about wealth, how to protect. So our life revolves around www.com. First, in initial stage, write essays, write exam. Then after that, work. Then after that, worry. So these three things will be going in life. Then where is the time for the Lord? So the simple process when we adopt in our life, and it will be easy to remember the Lord. And we can, I'm not denying that we should not work and we should not write exam, we should not worry. But at the same time, on the other hand, we should know the goal of our life and progress towards that. Otherwise, it will be like a four-legged animal, eating, sleeping, mating and defending. No other duty. Only these things, when you do, then again you will be born as a next life, as a hog or a dog, whatever. But people, they don't care about oh, no, this is the time for enjoyment. Who cares? Who has seen next life? No, if you say like that, then why you are preparing for your future? Why you are preparing for your future, building a house or, getting educated or earning money? Why you are building do that? You can simply lie down in one place, automatically food comes, everything comes. Why you want to work? You are planning for future something. That's why you are working now. Similarly, you should plan for the next life also. You may work so much hard, but at the end of life, nothing comes. Srila Prabhupada narrates a story regarding this. Once a wealthy man, he was a very wealthy man, and he has many business, and one of the famous business he has is a cloth business. He has a textile business. So throughout his life, he worked such a hard, and he earned so much money. He became billionaire, and after 70, 80, he got a heart attack, and doctor told him that no, he's no longer will be living, so he can take him, and he'll be dying in any moment. So when he was in deathbed, he was asking his wife, "Oh my dear wife, who is there around me?" Then the wife replied, "Your 3 sons are there." "Okay, who is apart from my 3 sons, who are there?" "And your wife's daughters are also there." "Then who else is there?" "Your granddaughters are also there." "And who else is there?" "And your sister is also there." "And who else is there?" He was keep on asking question. Then finally he is told that, "See, everybody is here, then who is there in my business? Everybody are in hankering around me, but who is there in my factory? Nobody is there in my factory." Then seeing this situation of the father, the son, one of the son, he was very pious. He told that, "Okay, I should send my father to some pilgrimage. Go out to the pilgrimage and he will get realization." Then somehow or the other, he was saved from the death. Then he asked one saint, "Take my father to all the places pilgrimage, North India, like Himalayas, Haridwar, Rishikesh." Then he said, okay. Then he took that old man to the pilgrimage. He saw the saint person. The old man has going through all the places of pilgrimage, but he is not changed at all, inside or outside. And while he was coming down to his home, then they happened to went to Kasi, where he would see all the in the Kasi, in bank of Ganges, Ganga. He saw an amazing thing. The old man is start crying. Then the saint person thought, okay, now he got a realization. What is the aim of life? Then the saint person asked, "Did you got realization? What is the aim of your life?" "Yes, I got my realization." Then we see in the Kasi, there's so many dead bodies are being burned. And this man replied, "I have done my whole life textile business, but I should done wood business. So so many people are dying. I would have make more money by starting wood business." So this is the situation of that old man. Similarly, the people who are worked very hard, like workaholic, we say, work, 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 work. Then after that, worry, worry, worry. So we cannot remember the Lord Krishna. So that's why Maharaj, even after enjoying one full 1,000 years, he got that such a realization, this is not good. Because he is coming from lineage of Surya Vamsa, where Krishna is also taking birth. So that is the privilege he has got. That's why he got a realization. So here my thoughts, and I'll stop here. So whatever I got prepared yesterday, so I spoke. Any comments, corrections?
Yeah, I remember that Srila Ramapada Maharaj, he was giving one example, I think last year, regarding the Vrindavan, offenses in Vrindavan. He was giving very nice example. One devotee, he had a fight with one rickshawala, because the rickshawala charged double, almost double of the money, Then he abused so much so that to the rickshaw man, he didn't give his money, I think, something.
Yeah.
Then he came back and he found that he lost his heat. Oh, okay. Then he lost his chanting back. So that's why you should be very careful when you are in Vrindavan. Even those who are rickshawala, whoever may be very careful. It was a place of Radharani, And another thought was coming that there is a nice in Srimad Bhagavatam that Tirtha Krubani Tirthani, that is how the Vidur, he was roaming everywhere and he came back, and Yudhishthira Maharaj told him that yourself is Tirtha, means place of pilgrimage, because you are carrying the Lord in your heart all the times. So that's how it purifies others. And in Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is a nice elaboration is given in episode of Mrigari, that there it is told that a devotee should be very careful when he is visiting place of pilgrimage, because a lot of people, they come with different mentalities, with sinful things, and what happens, then when you go there, their sinful reaction come to you, and it has to be very careful. So only purpose of visiting the holy place is to associate with some saintly person and get some spiritual emancipation. That's the main idea, to visit holy places.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna, thank you for your class. You should write a blog or something, because you have a lot of clever terms. The one I appreciated is right, work, and worry. That was very clever, and I'm going to use that. I'm going to steal that, so you better write it down. My question is related to always remembering Krishna and never forget him. And so that's the tendency. When we're honored, we can remember Krishna. When we're dishonored, we can't. Or when someone else is honored, we can't remember Krishna. The only thing we can remember is envy. And so one realization that came to me that I really appreciate is that a parachute has two functions. It's revealed and it's concealed. So when a skydiver jumps out of a plane, they have to save their life by revealing their knowledge. So for us, we can reveal our knowledge when things are going our way. But the hardest part is to reveal our knowledge when things aren't going our way. And this verse is talking about lusty desires. In Uddhava Gita, what's his name? Kim Pururava, he says, Kim Vidyaya, Kim Tapasa, Kim Tyagena Shrutenava, Kim Vivetena Maunena, Striber Yasamano Hitam. That what is the use of me studying for hours, performing austerities, a useful Vedic education, if when I'm put into difficulties of seeing a beautiful woman or prostitute, this knowledge isn't revealed, it just goes away. It doesn't help me. So what are some steps we can take towards revealing our knowledge when we're put in, difficult circumstances? Of course, lust is maybe different than, but especially when we're being dishonored, I'm not talking about lust, but that too, this is a particular verse, but it seems like the pride could get us in a lot more trouble than lust, because we can see Durvasa Muni, because of his pride, he didn't have lust, he was renunciate, but he wanted to kill Ambarish. So I think you may get off lust, but the murder kind of cancels out the giving up of lust. So how do we give up this pride more than lust? Of course, all of it, but still, the pride seems like it gets us in more trouble than lust. So what are some steps we could do to reveal that knowledge in these provoking circumstances? I have some ideas, but maybe you could.
first of all, your question is like how to be stable and how we should remember honor and dishonor in the situation. It is very, very difficult. Said it is easy to said to be done again, because we always think what we get if we do this service or if we do that. But in Nectar of Devotion, it says that Anya Vilashita Shunyam Gnana Karma Dhyanavratam Anukulene Krishna Anusilanam Bhakti Ruttamam. So if you are thinking after doing this I should get some honor or I should get some result, that is very, what we are saying, the shloka is you should be free from gnana karma. So we should free from these one, then only bhakti grows. Otherwise it will be like you are expecting some results, just like you are putting some donation in hundi and you are expecting Lord to need to be fulfilled that, right? So that's why we need when we get that situation, okay, I'm not honored in this situation, I'm not getting proper recognition, so we need to study deep in the knowledge. Just like there are three kinds of devotees. First, they do some service and they expect equal results, right? They do some service and they expect some equal kind of results. And some devotees, they do some little bit service, they expect more results, more persons to be honored. I want more honor. And some devotees, they will not do any service, but they expect so much respect. So these categories are there. So to go on first level, and the fourth level is they do so much service and they don't expect any respect or any honor or dishonor, any honor from the persons. They do, and internal, because they have cultivated their Krishna consciousness in such a way that they can derive that such pleasure of getting honor from the doing devotional service, not from others. And they are so much immersed in such service doing, and they don't even care about who is honoring me, who is seeing me. It is very, very difficult. For me, it is very difficult. So that is first part of your question, right? So second part, can somebody make comment on? I don't know about second part. What's your second part? Is answered? Okay. Thank you. Is it?
I didn't ask a second point. I just had some thoughts on it, and you answered my question fully. Just one of the points I appreciate in the scriptures is that when the Lord, Krishna says, I give you knowledge, so whether he reveals it or not in a provoking circumstances is kind of his will. So I'll just mention one pastime. There's many pastimes. When the scholar Keshava Kashmiri was given a benediction by Mother Saraswati, he was worshiper of her, and she gave him a benediction. No one would be able to defeat you. So then he was very proud. So then he wanted to debate Chaitanya. Chaitanya was a child and he ran a school, but he didn't know he was the Supreme Lord. So he debated Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he winded up being defeated by the Lord. So when he tried to rebuttal, when the Lord defeated his points, he tried to rebuttal, and nothing would come out of his mouth. He couldn't reveal his knowledge. So he was thinking, where's Mother Saraswati? She said, I'll be undefeated. So then he had a dream that night, and she said, my dear Keshava Kashmiri, you know that child prodigy? That's my boss. And he told me not to reveal to you the knowledge. And why? Because you were very disrespectful. You had pride in your heart. And so therefore, the Lord says in the Gita, Sarvasya chaham hridi sanivishto mata shmita gyanam upahanam sha. From me comes all knowledge. And based on your character, I either reveal it or conceal it. And so, but the one thing I appreciate really about that pastime is that when the Lord defeated Keshava Kashmiri, all the Lord's students started laughing at him at Keshava Kashmiri. You know, like when somebody's humble, people tease them and laugh. So the Lord said, do not laugh and tease him, because he wanted to humble him, not humiliate him. And that's the one thing I appreciate about that pastime, is that when we want to humble someone, we don't care whether they become devotees. We actually want them to leave Krishna consciousness. But Chaitanya, his objective is to keep people in the Krishna consciousness, and that doesn't mean humiliate them. He humbles them because he's the Lord. He sees within everyone's heart. We can't humble anyone. So that's the one thing I appreciate about the pastime. So that's what I want to mention. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. Grandra Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Srila Prabhupada ki, Thai Go Premanande.